A woke head teacher slammed by parents for teaching their children about white privilege has resigned.
Yes.
So Robin Appleby, who's paid around £400,000 a year, I'm in the wrong job, many people would say that already, for running Britain's most expensive school, reportedly gave pupils this so-called privilege checker chart so that they could audit their own privilege and victimhood. You can see it there. The closer to the centre you are, the higher your privilege rating. So it's unclear exactly why she's decided to resign. I mean, it's quite clear to me, but the Mail Online, well, I get to that, who knows? The Mail Online reports a letter sent to parents said she'd left to focus on her own well-being and that of her family. So we've got this privilege checker chart. I mean, I had a look at this thing. It's quite bizarre. You've got all these different factors of privilege. The weirdest one to me was religion, because, like, how can a religion be privileged? So it's this weird woke elite stuff. This is someone who's paid $400,000 to teach this stuff about privilege. So let's go, Rebecca, what do you think?
Absolute nonsense. Absolutely despise all this woke malarkey. But
You're on the right channel.
I'm really... I am really
We're impartial.
pleased.
We're impartial.
I like
I am really
malarkey.
pleased that she has resigned, because I think that was absolutely disgusting. These poor kids that were going home saying to their parents, I want a DNA test because I need to know how much of a victim I am. You have got your messaging wrong. That's why she's had to resign, because she's done it in the wrong way. She should have done a more joint approach and actually have... there is somewhere in the middle for this, and she went far too on whatever side you want to call it.
John, where are you on the privilege chart? I think you're right slap bang in the centre.
I don't know if you remember, when we were kids, we used to make these circular things. It was always a way to try and chat up girls.
Oh, those little things where you...
Yeah, where you had... You put all your mates' names in and your girls' names and what colour do you want.
Folded it up and it came out with your outcome. Yeah.
So I'm all for it. I think it's great. And I think I would score really high. I've really woke me. I really believe in all this, just like the rest of the population on the planet of Zanussi. It's time, as Rebecca just said, to stop all this nonsense. We don't want to go back to having a racist society. Or, well done. Have you ever thought about going into comedy? I think it is time to get rid of all of this. We don't want to go back to racism and sexism and misogyny and all the rest of it. But all of the rest of this, it's not the real world. It's garbage.
Right. It's critical race theory stuff,
what really worries me about this one is that the reason she's quit and backed down is because the parents were very wealthy parents and they employed lawyers and barristers and everybody else. What worries me is this is also happening in state schools where the parents don't have the ability to bring pressure on the head teacher and the governors of the school, and it's gone on all over the country. This is a flagpole that we've got to look at and say, if it's happening there, in one of the richest schools in the country, it must be happening everywhere else. Why aren't we looking at that?
And critical race theory is cobblers anyway. The most deprived people proved in survey after survey is white working class
Absolutely.
boys.
And these parents...
Stop denying it.
These parents were employing solicitors and barristers to ask that head teacher, why are my children coming home from school and telling me that they are guilty of white privilege? They didn't even know what the word meant.
They're telling children they're evil, Though I should say, class did actually appear on that privilege chart. They did have class on there for a change. But yes, I mean, Mike's saying it's a rich... It does seem to come from the elites, this woke stuff, though. If you look at, like, the elite Ivy League schools in the US, they're always the worst offenders. But what do you think, Peter? Do you have a different view from this lot?
Well, how much are the fees at this school, which is attended by the children?
38,000 a year. 38,000 a year.
So if your school fees are 40 grand a year, and I believe in parental choice, but if the fees are 40 grand a year, I don't think you need a purple chart to work out where you are in society.
Right, you think the privilege is somewhat self-evident. You're right, OK. Fair enough. All right, well, we've dealt with that one.